Hey guys, it's Mr. Aya. Hopefully we're in the class right now or you're watching this on your own time. I just wanted to take a second here to talk about band and percussion and the mentality we should have joining band and the mentality we should try to keep throughout our band career and understanding the beast of band and the demands it's going to have on you. There's going to be a lot of fun times and a lot of hard work. I think band is your first microcosm of what the real world experience is going to be like in a workplace where you're going to have to learn to work with other people and you're joining a group, and it's not just about me anymore. It's about we. We need to have a certain mentality about how we practice and how we approach things. You might have been in swimming before or done your own sports leagues. Now you're joining a team. So yes, you are getting a benefit out of it by learning these things that you don't even realize you're learning, but obviously you're learning an instrument. You're going to learn how to work hard at something and hone a craft that's going to transfer into any part of your life. But also, unlike those other sports that you did or other things that your parents paid for, you're joining a group. There is a group dynamic here. First, let's talk about what you can do, and then I'll talk to you about how it affects the group and things like that. Now, first of all, to be in band, you have to have thick skin. Your beginner year, you're going to get criticized every day. No one's going to be perfect. You need to go into it thinking that negative feedback or being told that you're doing something wrong, that's a good thing, okay? One of the things that I can really tell when a kid really understands that process is when I go up to them or I see a teacher working with them and they say, hey, you need to fix this, blah, blah, blah. And they go, oh, thank you, right? You're thanking them for the feedback because it's going to make you better. It's not to, hey, you're doing this wrong. No, I'm not, right? You can't have that kind of mentality at all. You're there to absorb from the experts and take that and make it better, okay? Also, you have to understand that your teacher, besides them being a mentor and helping you understand the nuances of the instrument, is they have perspective. They're seeing things that you can't see. So much of what we're doing is visual, but it's also feel based, right? So sometimes the way it feels is not the way it looks. Or sometimes I can tell by the way you're playing, I can tell what it feels like because I've been there. So I can tell, oh, you have too much pressure in the front. No, I don't. Like, that's not helpful. I can tell, okay? You need to trust your teacher, okay? So whether it's in private lessons, your head band director or me, or whoever. So you need to realize that that's a really good thing to have that perspective. So treat that negative feedback as a positive thing, okay? What we don't want to deal with is kids getting upset because they keep on getting comments or they still need to fix this and they still need to fix that. It's just part of the beast, okay? We want to only have one beginner year, okay? If we take care of these issues now, we're not going to have to deal with them later, okay? And it's just going to make your experience much better as you keep going. So basically, feedback, even if it's negative, and sometimes it's going to be positive and go, oh my God, you look so great. You look so much better than yesterday, right? All feedback is good feedback, okay? Now, obviously, if someone says something inappropriate, then yes, we can address that, right? But you're really not going to run into that in a school setting here. It's going to be all education first. So you need to understand that feedback is good, okay? And so you need to change your mentality right now. If you feel like, if you like to play a video game and you don't like to make any mistakes, that's not this game, okay? Mistakes are part of it. Now, mistakes, if you're being lazy or you're not paying attention, that's one thing. But if you're trying really hard and you're making mistakes, that's a good thing. And you listen to your feedback and you're like, thank you for the feedback, or you take it in a positive way. You're also learning how to interact, right? I'm going to try to help you not only with your instrument, but also with your social interactions, right? If when I'm interacting with you and you're not showing that you're hearing me, I'm going to try to help you with that because that's only going to help you in your workplace and your relationships. We're going to teach that social skill too, that, okay, when you understand, shake your head or say, I'm not even big on yes, sir, but say, yeah, I understand. Thank you very much. But like just showing, some kids are just like blank in the face and, and then sometimes they don't realize they have this snarl, like they're getting mad. Are you mad? No. Well, you look mad. Try to do this. So we're going to try to help you, understand those social interactions too. Feedback from peers. This is going to be maybe the first time that we guide you and others to give feedback to each other. Okay. And that's a okay thing. Now we're going to watch out how we do it. I'm going to train you you can't be like, oh, your hands look bad, right? That's not what we're doing, right? We're going to be training and we need to be patient with each other, but feedback to each other is going to be crucial. It's actually one of the district goals is for us to have you guys give feedback to each other, because if you can give feedback to others, that means you really understand the concept. And when you're joining band, it's very much a team effort. There's going to be times in late middle school and all the way through high school, where we're going to send you off and y'all are supposed to be productive on your own, and you can maybe even get better than if I was in front of you. So we work on these skills where we learn how to be leaders and how to be productive without an adult. We really need your independence too. So that comes from a team effort of understanding each other and giving each other productive feedback and learning how to take that feedback and learning how to give that feedback. Okay, so there are going to be times where you're going to have another child in the room that maybe you don't like, but they're giving you feedback and you need to accept that feedback as well. Now, if it's not good feedback, I'm going to correct that. But the idea is we all start getting better at understanding this craft. So realize that that's going to happen too. The next thing is working hard. We're going to learn how to work hard at something and really dive into it and get detailed. One of the things I like about band is that there are no shortcuts. Technology just keeps getting faster and faster. Building a physical skill like in band, when you're training, you can't skip any of those steps. You're going to have to learn how to work hard. You can't speed that up. Now, there's some technologies that can help us, but the muscle memory that you're going to develop is still coming from a human brain. And the human brain works in specific ways where we learn new skills. You can't really skip those things. In other words, this is not like a science project where you can wait until the last day and go, oh my gosh, I procrastinated. Let me get it done. You stay up till 4 a.m. You get it done. You can still get an A+. Your skills in my class, any class where you're developing a physical skill, are going to be slow, incremental, steady, practicing every day. So your brain and your hands can develop these skills like a human brain does. You can't procrastinate. That's why you're going to need to practice 30 minutes a day at least, because you're going to chip away. It's kind of like a sculpture. You have this big block of granite or whatever, and you're just chipping away every day. Every little chip is just this, like, you can't even tell what it is, but you're chipping away until you have this wonderful piece of art. Okay, so it's going to take one day at a time, one lesson at a time. You can't fast forward hard work. So we're going to learn how to work hard and efficient. We can't be lazy, and we can't procrastinate, and we can't skip steps. So this is really good for you as a young adult to learn those skills, because you can apply that to everything in your life and so many other things. The other reason we want to practice hard is for each other. Again, you're working in a team dynamic now. If you get better, the group gets better. Hear that again. If all the individuals get better, then the whole group gets better. If you're slowing us down because you didn't do the homework and I had to slow down because you're falling behind, then the person that did work on it is going to have to wait. You're working hard not just for yourself. Really, you're working hard for the group now, okay? And then when you get into 7th and 8th grade, when you get into your band classes, if you don't have the right skills, you're going to slow down that band. And if you didn't work on that music, you're going to make the group sound worse, right? You know, like in high school, if I have one snare drummer in my drum line that doesn't know their part, and they can make the whole snare line sound bad. So we need to make sure that we're working hard for the group and then for ourselves. If you don't work hard, it matters. It matters because your grade, that's fine. But really what's more important is that you're letting down the group. In band, the group is the most important thing. We can come up with our own individual issues, but if it's going to get in the way of the group, we're going to have a discussion. We need to make sure we're not letting down the group and ourselves. And look, I'm one of those teachers that's going to see you for 7 years, hopefully. I really want to make sure that if you make a mistake, I'm going to let you know, not in a mean way, but I need to help you become who you're going to be and help you understand this group dynamic. Because you're going to make mistakes. Again, mistakes are okay as long as we learn from them and we move on and we become better from making that mistake. I'm going to help guide you learning your instrument, but I'm going to help guide you learning how to be a part of a group and all those things that come with it. Now, I think what we also have to understand is the privilege of us being at the schools that we're at. In Fort Bend ISD, especially the schools that I teach, we are very lucky to have some really good band programs. For example, where I grew up, our middle school bands weren't that great. My high school band wasn't that great. I was kind of like the best one there. I still had to put in the time and the hours and the work, and I still had fun with my friends, and there was, I enjoyed learning my instrument, but I didn't have the success that these groups have here in Fort Bend ISD. Like Stephen F. Austin has gone to BOA and has gone to state. Garcia and Sartarsha have won a lot of different awards over the years. So it's really nice that, we're going to work hard no matter what, but it's cool that it could pay off in a really awesome way too. It's like sports. Like you could be a part of a team and work really hard and enjoy playing that sport, but your team might not be very good and you never get to the playoffs. You don't ever get to experience that. But it's kind of a bonus that you work just as hard and then your team's pretty good and then you guys might go to the playoffs and enjoy all that kind of stuff. That's kind of nice. We want to take advantage of that. That's a really good thing that you're in Sartarsha or Garcia. So we want to honor that and keep that tradition going. The way I kind of think about it is whenever I'm involved in something, I'm going to leave it better than when I got there, right? I also want to make sure that I'm working hard not for me first again, but also for the legacy of the group, what happened in the past. And I want them to have success in the future. So I want to work hard so the future is really good too. And then, of course, my present situation, I want to be really good. So I'm going to work hard presently, right? So when I marched drum corps at the Cavaliers, we had a saying: you march for the people that came before you, you march for the people that will come after you, and lastly, you march for yourself. You're really doing it to honor the group that you're in. We're also going to be learning a lot of responsibility, okay? How we put our instruments up and how we take care of our equipment. I mean, we have thousands and thousands of dollars worth of percussion equipment. We need these instruments to last longer than you're going to be in the program. We really need to have the mindset that everything we do in our responsibility is important. Your practice records being turned in every week and showing that you are responsible in that way, having your materials, not losing things, not accidentally dropping things, not accidentally breaking things. We have to be very purposeful about what we do. So we want to make sure we're being very responsible in everything we do. Now, if you're not and you don't realize it, I will help you figure that out. I have to be patient with the sixth graders because you're learning how to be a good band citizen, which in turn will make you a great citizen. You know, I'm there to help train you with everything. In a group dynamic, we're also learning how to take care of each other and how to think about the other person. Our actions affect other people. Things like treating everybody with respect and speaking to each other with respect and treating each other's belongings with respect and things like that. So when you're part of a group dynamic, we need to make sure that we watch what we say. We don't say offensive things and do offensive things. And we will learn that as well, because you can be an awesome player, you can be an awesome team member, but if you're causing issues with the chemistry of the group, that can be a real detriment to the group. That's good to learn now, because if that happens when you're in the workforce, you could get fired for things like that. So we're going to help you understand making sure that we're doing things in the right way. We're going to work on awareness. Parents are going to be super helpful for you, but you need to start taking responsibility over your things and over your own schedule, especially right now with our online teaching. Your parents already have enough stress, okay? You are entering sixth grade and you're not a fifth grader anymore. It's time to start taking on young adult responsibilities. So in other words, you don't need to wait for your parents to wake you up in the morning. Okay, you need to start waking yourself up. You don't need to wait for your parents to go, did you get to do your practice record? You need to do that yourself. You don't need your parents to say, did you practice? You need to do that yourself. You don't need your parents to tell you when you need to be where. If you don't have your own calendar by now, you need to start developing that skill of having a calendar, setting alarms, things like that, in ways where you know where you're supposed to be when and how to get to that information. I know there's a lot of information, especially the first week of school, and that'll get easier, I promise, but you need to start learning how to log into things and how to get there on the website and navigating things. You need to take over these responsibilities for your parents. And it's going to get to the point as you're getting into sixth grade and you're getting older, and that's okay to have more responsibilities when you get older. It's just part of life. There are going to be certain things that you understand more than your parents, and then you help them and you're reminding them. Guys, y'all don't even realize how much your parents have done for you since day one. And this is when you're going to start paying them back, is you're going to help them now. You really need to work on being self-sufficient now. So I know this sounds like a lot, but this is a good thing. In band, you're going to learn how to play this instrument, and that's going to be really cool. We're going to do amazing things, especially in this district. Like you guys saw in my awareness video, our percussion ensemble just won Midwest. We're one of the best percussion ensembles in the world. I'm so proud of that. This is a really good thing, an activity you're getting involved with. And I know it can seem daunting, all these things I'm saying. I will help you. I will guide you. If you do something wrong, I'll let you know. And of course, I know it's a learning process. But I need you to start, putting that mature cap on, start thinking through the lens of the group now, and realize that it's not just about yourself, it's about the group dynamic and what the group needs. Of course, we're going to try to serve you and what you need, but I need you to realize that the group is huge with band. Okay. Hopefully this wasn't too overwhelming, and we'll clarify all this stuff as we get through the semester. This is going to be a great semester. I like to mix it up with being serious and then having fun, which I think is another great thing to learn, is to flip that switch as a young adult and learning how to have fun with what you're doing. Because ultimately, we want to enjoy the product that we create and the art that we create, but we want to enjoy the process. I think that's a good lesson for life, is that you have to enjoy the journey, not just where you end up, because life can throw you lots of surprises. We're living through that right now. We need to learn how to control our own destiny and our own mindset and all those things. So I love teaching percussion. I love seeing students grow from a sixth grader to a 12th grader. I always tell the parents, is I put a pair of sticks in their hands until they have a diploma in their hands. That's a real privilege that I get to see that growth from my students. It's so cool. I think that's all I have for right now, and obviously we'll talk throughout the year, but I just want to make sure you start putting that mindset on and understanding what you're getting into and how everything we do is to help the group dynamic and then help ourselves as well. All right, guys, so we'll continue talking about more about how to be a good band citizen throughout the whole year and through our own individual experiences. We look forward to a great year. Try to stay positive through all the different changes and all the things that we're going to experience this semester. We will get through this together. Okay, guys. Bye.